As the semester comes to an end at Humboldt State University, first-year English students are feeling the building pressure of the upcoming portfolio deadline.
It's, I guess, just a body of work that the students produce throughout the semester, and it's a system to, I guess, assess how every student is doing in each of the different classes. So if you have all these different English classes where they're all doing different essays and they're working on different types of writing that the teacher decides on, they have complete freedom in how they do that. But the portfolio ensures that you have to be getting analytical writing and those kinds of things out of the students. So the portfolio is a body of work that the students put together, including a cover letter and 2 to 4 pieces of writing that show their abilities as a writer.
One really good thing about that is that it means that students, no matter who their instructor is, in the end are evaluated by the same criteria in a blind reading. So the English department can be sure that no matter what teacher a student had, whether a really hard one or one that's a little easier, that all of the students will meet the same requirement. It also gives feedback to the instructor. If their students do well on the portfolio, then that's good feedback for them that they're also doing well at teaching. If their students have a lot of difficulty with the portfolio, that gives them some feedback and maybe the things that they need to stress more in future classes that they teach. So I think it's good for the English department because we have a real consistent set of criteria that we hold students responsible for. It's good for the university because we take a very broad look at those papers with sort of not just a mind to whether or not the students have met the requirements the English department might set forward, but also whether or not that student is well prepared to continue to develop as a writer through the remainder of his or her 4 years here at HSU.
The grading process is often the most intimidating part of the English portfolio because a board of judges is ultimately determining whether or not you will pass the class.
It kind of depends on what the teacher has decided the grading system is going to be, but the portfolio will make or break your English grade because if you pass the portfolio, then you can pass the class. But even if you're passing the class and you don't pass the portfolio, you don't pass. The requirements for passing the portfolio are substantial things, not little things. It doesn't have to do with making sure your grammar's right or things like that. The portfolio requirements are made to get at things like critical thinking, analysis, originality of thought, depth, having people really take on big projects that count as college writing.
As the due date draws nearer and nearer, students work frantically to put the finishing touches on their portfolio.
It was a stressful occasion, I would say. A lot of getting down and dirty. Just all the revising and whatnot, just going through all that. It's pretty tedious.
Man, it's hectic. I don't think I got any sleep. I think I probably went to bed at like 3. I was up all night just fixing little errors, little punctuation marks, grammatical errors. I felt pretty good about it though after that all-nighter.
Portfolios as a whole are becoming much more widely used by various majors to assess overall student performance because it allows students not just to be graded based on kind of one-shot deal in a test, how did you feel this morning, but it allows you to evaluate a student's work through a whole process of thinking and revising and rethinking and gaining feedback from varieties of sources. So we're doing that with the first-year composition program by assessing whether or not we feel that as a individual or as a group, students have met the requirements that they need to meet in order to be able to be successful as they continue on with their education here.
It's broadened my writing skills and it's made me, I'm ready. I'm ready for the world.
Reporting for Humboldt State University, this is Eric Shapley.